Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to introduce you to the world of macros, and I want to help you make your very first macro. We'll do that by using an example of something you couldn't possibly do just by clicking around in the cells. Namely, I want to help you make a macro in which the user will be able to input the name of a new sheet, and the macro will automatically create that new sheet for them. So let's get cracking. The first thing you need to do is you go to File, Options, Customize Ribbon, and you'll need to check Developer. That will have added this new tab at the top of your Excel. In that tab you have a bunch of buttons relative to macros. So the first thing I always do when I want to create a new macro is I record more or less what I want to achieve with that macro. So let's do that. Record macro. Let's call it something like new sheet. There can't be any spaces in that. You could put an underscore, for example, if you want. Okay. So we want to add a new sheet, and we are going to rename it hello. Enter. That's it. Stop recording. Now let's have a look at what that macro looks like. So there's our new sheet macro. Let's edit it and have a look at what it does. So the first action is sheets.add after active sheet. So it obviously adds a new sheet after the active sheet. Okay, we understand that. Then what does it do? It selects the sheet named sheet 2. Okay, sure, let's keep on going. And then it changes the property name of sheets 2 to hello. Well, that's a problem because next time I create a new sheet, it won't be called sheet 2, it will be called sheet 3. So instead of taking the property of sheet 2, let's take the property of active sheet, which is after we've created a new sheet, that becomes the active sheet. So let's go active sheet dot name equals hello. As well, this doesn't help because once we've created a new sheet, that automatically becomes the active sheet. So we can remove this line of code. Now that's good, except we've already created a sheet named hello. So if I try to rename a second sheet hello, Excel will not accept. You can't have two sheets with the same name. I can show you. If I press play, it gives you a runtime error. It says that name is already taken. Try a different one. Okay, so let's try hello 2. It seems to have run its course. Let's have a look what happened here. Indeed. So we have hello. Then we have the sheet 3, which is when we failed. The first action was to create a new sheet, which is called sheet 3, as I predicted. And then it tried to change the name to hello 2, to hello, but it failed because there was already a hello. So then we changed it to hello 2, and we run it again. And now it did manage to run it. Okay, but that's still not very useful because you'll just be creating a bunch of sheets named hello 2 or hello 3 or whatever I put in this VBA code. So we need to make this some kind of input that the user can change. How do we do that? Well, we need to create a variable. Let's call it sheet name, which the user will somehow have to input. How can we do that? We can do that by making sheet name the result of whatever a user puts in an input box. So when you run this macro, an input box will appear and it will ask the user, how would you like to name your new sheet? Whatever the user fills in that input box will be the variable sheet name. Then it will add a sheet after active sheet, and it will name that new sheet whatever the user has filled in. The last thing you need to do though for Excel is you need to declare the variable sheet name, because Excel needs to understand what is sheet name. Is it a series of numbers? Is it a string? Is it something else? So that we just have to do in this way. So dim sheet name as string. So we are telling Excel this is just a string. It's a series of characters which have no underlying meaning. Just treat it as a block of text and don't do anything with it. That's it. That's our piece of code. Now let's run it. How would you like to name your new sheet? Well, hello is taken and hello 2 is also taken. Let's call it hello 3. It goes back to here because that's where I played it from. But there's hello 3. Cool. Now let's clean up a bit. Delete these. Yes, we'd like to permanently delete them. And let's make this a button which allows the user to create a new sheet. So let's type new sheet. Let's make it a bit bigger so it's a bit more legible. Size 40, we center it in the button. And now we assign our new macro to it. New sheet. Okay. Now, if I click, how would you like to name your new sheet? Well, hello. Okay. And there we go. We have a new sheet named hello. So this is a very basic example of what macros can do. But as you can see, the main lessons are, first you record more or less what you want to do. Then you go through the code and you try to fix where there will be bugs. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks. Have a good one.